Today we're gonna be making keto goldfish crackers. It's actually really good. Sarah and I, we're snack people. Combos.
Cracker ones.
Cracker, not pretzel. Not pretzel. It's gotta be cracker combos. There's a difference.
Yeah, were you a pretzel or a cracker person? Let us know.
My husband's a pretzel guy.
Really?
Yeah, pretzel combos all the way.
How does not marry someone like that?
I don't know. So we used to love getting a whole sandwich bag full of goldfish crackers in our lunchbox every day. But we've never tried to make these on our own because they look kind of tedious to make. But I got inspired, okay? I was watching TikTok, as one usually does. I came across this video by Feeding Tiny Bellies, and it's super cute the way she made them. So I went onto Amazon and I bought this thing. It was $11. In the past, Sarah and I have done a lot of tedious recipes with not a lot of success because we did cereal one time and then we had to create like 1,000 little balls. We were trying to like make Reese's peanut butter cereal. By the end, the cereal was like about this big because I gave up trying to make them similar size. But with this, it's kind of hard to go wrong. Although we could still make it go wrong. So Sarah and I scoured the internet trying to look for the best rated goldfish cracker that's keto friendly, and we came across one that looks really interesting, so we're excited to try it today. But before we get into it, we're gonna talk about the sponsor of this video, Element. Element is delicious electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. That means lots of salt and no sugar. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Sarah and I have been drinking Element every day since 2020 because we love the way it tastes and it helps us on our keto lifestyle. That's because when you go into ketosis, you shed a lot of water, and inside that water are your electrolytes. This can leave you feeling tired, having muscle cramps, and nausea, also known as the keto flu. Element replenishes your electrolytes so that you feel better. Sarah and I love all of the flavors of Element, but our absolute favorites are the citrus salt, orange salt, raspberry salt, and grapefruit salt. But for a limited time, you need to try the chocolate medley pack. In this, you will receive chocolate mint, chocolate raspberry, and chocolate chai. It goes great in a cup of coffee with a couple tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. It tastes like hot chocolate. Right now, Element is offering our community a free sample pack so you can try all the flavors. That's 8 single serving packets free with any order from Element. This way you can get a chocolate medley pack and get a free sample pack. In order to get this deal, you must go to drinklmnt.com/ketotwins. So the one thing that's concerning me about this recipe is, do I have to make the face on it?
Yes, of course.
I mean, are you serious?
Yes. We need some to have the face on.
Can you get in on that?
Yeah.
And if you enjoy our vibes, please subscribe to our tribe because Sarah and I would love to get to 250,000 subscribers someday. We're not for everybody. We do things a bit differently. We have fun. We don't know what we're doing half the time. Anyways, so the recipe that we're gonna be trying today comes from the sugarfreediva.com. We're gonna be leaving a link to this recipe in the description below so that you can get all the measurements. If you look under the video player where you see my face, you will see some text and it will say more, and you can click on that and it will expand the video description because a lot of you guys are just saying more in the comments. That's not gonna get you the description. So you're gonna need cheddar cheese for this recipe. You could use pre-shredded cheddar cheese if that's the kind of vibe that you're going for. The only problem is that the carb count will be slightly higher because cheddar cheese, or all shredded cheese actually, typically has like some kind of coating around the individual strands to keep them from sticking together. Sometimes it's potato starch that can up the carb count. If you use something like this though, this does not have carbs in it. This is Tillamook. So a tip, if you're going to be grating cheese and you want to make it easier, put it in the freezer for a bit because the harder the cheese is, the easier it is going to be to shred. You're also going to be needing xanthan gum because it kind of acts as a binder when you're not using regular flour. You're gonna be needing almond flour, some spices. You could use garlic powder. We're using onion powder, paprika, salt, and of course, butter. All right, so let's shred our cheese first. We're trying this new method where you kind of lean the grater on the side. It's because it's easier.
We're gonna be here all day at the speed Emily's going. You're almost a third there.
Are you kidding me? If you guys really wanted to punch up the flavor in these keto goldfish crackers, you might be able to use like the cheese powder. We actually had that a long time ago. It was like a big tub of dehydrated cheddar cheese powder. We used it to make keto-friendly Cheetos in the past, and it was really good. Unfortunately, it expired, and so we had to throw it out. But they sell it in a tub. We can link it below, but it just adds such a crazy cheese flavor to anything that you're using. So we're gonna start putting all of our ingredients into the food processor, and we're gonna add in a tablespoon of really, really ice cold water, and hopefully that's gonna form it into a dough.
Cheddar going in.
Butter. Spread it equally. Almond flour. Onion powder. Paprika. Salt. Xanthan gum is probably the most important to equally distribute because it clumps when it gets wet. So try to distribute that one as evenly as possible. Put our little scrapey tool down. I actually really like this tool. I've never really seen it before on a food processor, but it does help when you scrape down the sides. 1 tablespoon of ice cold water.
Thoughts?
It's a bit wet. It seemed to be coming together quite nicely on its own, so maybe I kind of shouldn't have added the water in. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's only 1 tablespoon of water. How much could it hurt? We're gonna dump this onto a piece of saran wrap or plastic wrap. We're gonna kind of form a ball so it can freeze for about 15 minutes to make it easier to work with. This is like pretty sticky. Let's wrap her up. I don't know why I feel like doing that. All right, into the freezer for 15 minutes. All right, it's been 15 minutes. We're gonna roll this bad boy out.
What thickness are you going for?
Well, I think that you're supposed to be able to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm going for a feel. Even if it did say 1/8 of an inch, what am I gonna do? Take out a little ruler?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not how I roll. Get it?
No.
I don't want it to be too thin. There's probably gonna be a lot of excess that you're gonna
Be able to form again.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the stencil, or the cookie cutter, cracker cutter that I bought. I'm gonna spray this with a little bit of avocado oil. Beep. So I wanna start where I can get the most. And maybe I'll just... Now what? Cool. I feel like it's not cold.
Okay, let's just put it in the freezer to let it harden up again. I think that's gonna be key to getting a nice shape.
It's
Too soft. Okay. Emily's having doubts.
I'm freaking out.
So it's been in there for like what, 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on. Oh.
Okay.
Now what am I doing?
Now put it. Maybe bend it. They'll fall out.
It's not bendable.
It's not bendable.
It's not bendable. Ah!
It doesn't have a tail. Okay.
It doesn't have a tail. This is a fail. This is a fail.
Maybe don't do it as hard. Yeah, and then you like tear it away from the sides, maybe. Make sure you get on the ends. You're not doing it enough.
Ah! Why have you forsaken me? So this is how it's going. No matter what. Excuse me, don't show those.
I mean, the first one is just missing half of the tail. This one is probably on the right track. The dough seems to be a little moist, if you will. So maybe adding in that tablespoon of water, just put it over the edge.
It's only 1 tablespoon of water. How much could it hurt?
So we're gonna continue on and try to see if we can salvage this to be some sort of cracker.
I'm upset.
We're making balls.
I'm crushed.
Let's roll out this dough that we had in our freezer. Let's make it flat and then maybe put a slight layer of almond flour just to help absorb some of that moisture. Round 2. Maybe we should put these in while we're waiting. Don't give me that face. These go in for about 15 minutes at 350. Emily's losing faith.
Having a moment. I had dreams. I had hopes.
That one in the middle, though. See that one? Do you see that one? That one's a good one. Just be careful. That's the one.
One cracker. That's it. Video is over.
Just take your time. We can always put these in the freezer to harden up again. These actually look way better. That's not bad. These are better. See? I did read a comment on the Amazon review that said to dip the stencil in flour to help it separate a little bit, so I can assume that we're not getting faces on these, right?
You want to smile? I'll give you a smile. There.
It's more like a rest RBF.
You know, it's funny. A lot of people say I have that.
RBF?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm had that forever.
Many people said I was really scared of you before I got to know you. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
I took a sneak peek and go ahead, Alicia.
What?
Let them cook. Let them cook. There's no saving them now. Let them cook. We're freezing the other ones to see if that will help, but they don't smell good either. Obviously they're too. What? I want to cry. I really do. I want to cry. I want to cry. This is... Ah!
Okay, here we go. Into the garbage.
I don't have anything positive to say.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I don't know how we went so wrong.
But with this, it's kind of hard to go wrong.
Okay, so we have a bunch in the freezer. Emily, let's take those out. Let's put those in.
Get in there. I'm going to quit YouTube after this.
Emily, let's calm down, remain calm. Okay, let's put these in. We're not gonna leave them in for, how long did we do? 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think that we put them in for 8 minutes.
Okay. Okay, well, that didn't work either. But, Emily, why don't we let these cool and then we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna talk about it.
What's there to say? Don't they look perfect? We finally figured it out. Just kidding. That's how they look?
Thoughts?
I'm not exactly sure where we went wrong in this recipe, but let's just show you guys what one looks like.
They're very, they just disintegrate, honestly. You can't even pick them up because they just fall apart.
It doesn't taste bad.
No, the tastes
It's
are
just...
good. I like the spice in there. The onion powder. That one's holding together. I don't know what to say. We've made something similar to this in the past where it was a giant tostada.
a Cheez-It tostada, because Taco Bell came out with a Cheez-It tostada and we decided to make a keto and it actually turned out really well and it held together. The difference between that and this recipe that we were trying today is butter. If you look at it, it looks like all the butter in the recipe melted and just spread apart, and that is what we're looking at. So if we left out the butter, we might have had better luck. But this is...
Unfortunately a fail. And you know, we've had other fails here on our channel and we stopped filming. We just kind of threw out the video, but many of you guys said that you want to see the successes and the failures, so.
I mean, we fail, but sometimes there's
nothing to show for it.
right, like disintegration
like
of cheese. And
we've also made crackers by just cutting up like really thin Sargento cheddar cheese and putting it in the oven, and it crisps up just like a Cheez-It. So I'm not sure what we did wrong here. So there's not much that we can say about this. It's a failure, but this is what our channel is about. We call ourselves failure. Don't buy the stencil because it's not going to work out.
I spent $14 on that stencil.
So don't buy it because it's not going to work. You might as well just use any shape if you're going to try it first.
But if you guys are bored or you want to see if you can do this, figure this out for us, let us know.
Maybe we could have a part 2.
Yeah.
Emily ate the crumbles.
The first thing I've eaten today. I'm hungry.
Here we thought we were going to have a nice helping of
I mean, I wanted to at least
crackers.
have one cracker. One that turned out right, that we could show you guys that we did it, but we have none. The other batch was even worse, and that went straight into the garbage. At least this one isn't burnt.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see the video where we made that giant Cheez-It tostada, it probably would work way better than this recipe if you're going to buy that stencil and use it. Make sure to check out the video right here, and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah, and we are the Keto Twins signing out. Form 1 out of your scraps.